There we go. Don't touch them.
Okay. Are you sure I can't sneak one?
No. And then one for you, one for me, one for you. Hi, I'm Silvia.
And I'm Marion.
And today it's all about comfort, and what's more comforting than soup.
Exactly, and I'm going to be making a classic Thai tom yum soup, super spicy and tangy with beautiful prawns. Ooh, yum.
And I'll be making a pea and pancetta soup. Beautiful, vibrant green and smoky because of the pancetta.
Okay, so let's start with the tom yum soup, and what we're going to do is basically like turn water into the most amazingly fragrant, beautiful broth. So the way
I
we
love
do
this
that,
kind of magic.
I know. So we start off here, and we're going to talk about all the aromatics first.
Look at that setup you've got there. It's so beautiful and colourful.
So we'll start off with the galangal, and galangal is I guess, a cousin of ginger, but it's not the same. Almost lemony fragrance to it, which ginger does not have.
Yes, definitely, completely different.
And this is really key. To make a good tom yum, you need this. Now, if you can't get a hold of galangal, lemongrass, I would suggest using a store-bought tom yum paste. So these go in, and then we want our lemongrass. Always with lemongrass.
Bash it.
And that will release all of the oils and the smell. I love that. And then kaffir lime leaves. So with these guys, you just want to tear them off, and these are really easy to grow.
Crunch them up.
If you
I've got a tree.
Yeah, I'm just going to let this just sort of steep and do its magical thing while you show us how you start your soup.
This soup is super duper easy because you don't even have to do any chopping. I mean, you have to do some chopping, but really rough chopping. Look at this is how roughly I chop the onion, the celery.
I love that.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in this pan. Then I'm just gonna drop in the very roughly chopped celery and onion. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Just stir it around like that.
I love that smell when the onion hits the oil.
It's already smelling good. Now, whenever I make any soup, I like to add a little secret ingredient that will turn your soup into something really special. And that is a leftover Parmesan rind.
Ooh, nice tip.
But if you drop this in your soup mixture and you boil it up with the soup, all the bits of cheese that are still left attached to the rind will melt into your soup. And I'm going to add a few thyme leaves in here just because I had some. At this point, I'm going to add a couple of potatoes, and I'm going to peel them, and I'm going to try and keep the peel slightly intact because I'm not going to discard it. I'm actually going to bake it in the oven with a little bit of sea salt and extra virgin olive oil, and that will be our crostini, our crouton.
Ooh,
so this is a gluten-free recipe, by the way.
And you're not wasting anything.
Nothing. Just cut it up and drop it in. There we go. I'm gonna give this a little shake. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. I've got 2 cloves here. I'm just gonna use your board if you don't mind. I'm just gonna bash them. I'm gonna peel them because I just want the flesh in this case, and just drop them in like that. Now I'm just gonna add some water. You don't even have to use stock for this. Now I'm gonna get these potato skins and pop them onto an oven tray that I've lined with baking paper. No particular fashion, but I suppose just try to keep them in one layer so that they get really super, super crispy. And season them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
And some salt.
And some salt. Thank you very much. Now, I've got some beautiful Italian-style pancetta, and the smokiness will just be so beautiful with this soup. So I'm just gonna pop this in the oven. It will take about 20 minutes or so, just give or take, and obviously keep an eye on it.
So this is smelling beautifully fragrant. That water's beautifully infused. I'm gonna add in some extra ingredients now. So some tomatoes.
That's very Mediterranean of you.
It is a little. Yes. This is a straw mushroom. If you can't get a hold of these, and see when you chop them open, they have this lovely
I think I've only ever seen them in a tin.
Yes, please don't use the tinned ones.
Right, because I like them.
They're great, you know what, they're really great in a stir fry.
Yeah.
But do you know what happens with this is the tinned ones for this flavour the soup too much, and you get like a tinny flavour.
Oh, okay, like a briny flavour.
A little bit of a briny flavour. But they are good for stir fry, so it's okay. Okay, so mushrooms go in, and now I'm going to put in my prawns. So the prawns are actually going to flavour the stock as well.
Oh,
we get
of course
that nice prawn flavour infusing in there. I'm going to let those prawns cook, and then we're going to come back and do some final seasoning at the end.
Now I'm going to go check on my pancetta and potato skins because I can smell it too.
good.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so the pancetta, as you can see, is really beautiful and crispy, but the potato skins need a tiny bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those onto a plate.
Put them somewhere where I can't find them.
Yes,
please.
no, please don't eat them. This is your bread, you know. This is
Sweet.
incredibly crispy and smoky. And I'm gonna pop the potato skins back in the oven for another 6 to 7 minutes. And just give the soup a little stir. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna add the peas and cook them in the soup for 5 minutes, and that'll be it.
Oh, nice.
And in that time, the potato skins will be ready.
So I'm going to do the final seasoning for my soup. And actually in Thailand we have 2 different types of tom yum.
Oh.
So we have tom yum nam sai, which is clear, and it's a clear soup, which is very common and the more traditional one.
I think that's probably the one that I've had before.
Yeah, and then the other one we have is nam kon, which is a little creamier.
Coconut milk?
No, you would
No.
think so. It's actually evaporated milk. Tom yum should not have a coconut flavour.
Oh, okay.
So this is just going to add a little bit of creaminess. I'm going to add that
Oh,
in.
that's really interesting. That's an
Yeah.
ingredient that I never thought would
you would
be
never
used.
think.
No.
Yeah. And then the other ingredient we're going to add, and this is probably particularly more important for this creamier style version than it is for the clear version. So for the clear version, you could leave this out. But this is called numprik pao, which is a Thai chili paste, and it has tamarind and shrimp paste and all these really yummy umami
It
kind
looks
of things.
really intense. Is it super spicy? Oh, the
And it
smell.
smells. So you can get this in an Asian,
Kind of
grocer.
sour in smell. Am I
Well,
right?
tamarind is sour.
Oh, that's-
yeah,
that's what it is.
So we want a spoonful of this, and this is what will give you that
dark as
that
molasses.
lovely, sort of see those oily speckles
Yeah.
that are appearing. That comes from the numprik pao. And then we really want
Lime juice.
quite a lot of lime juice. So I'm just going to slice these up just while that soup is simmering away. So I'm going to. This is the part. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. Just going to taste and see where we're up to. Now I'm going to go in with my fish sauce. This is the salt, I guess, the seasoning. We want a little dash of sugar. We also need the spice.
The real deal.
Okay, now we also want to, with these, just give them
Testing my character with all this chili. Roughly bashed.
really roughly bashed.
Like that.
Now, the real secret here is to turn the heat off before you add the lime juice. Because if you add the lime juice at the beginning and it boils, all that fragrance and all the tanginess disappears.
Oh, that'd be such a
So,
shame.
yeah, so you want to wait for it to stop simmering and then you add the lime juice at the end. Now, I'll just keep seasoning this. And do you want to put
Yes,
your...
I
are we
think
ready for peas?
it's time for me to add the peas, and these are frozen peas, my friends,
Nice.
which are a wonderful ingredient. I'm going to cook this for 5 minutes altogether, and then I'm going to turn the heat off and get a stick blender.
Nice.
Too easy. I'm going to check on my potato skins though.
All right, how are we doing?
So these are the potato skins, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shake them in the pan, because when the pancetta cooked, it released its oils, and so now I'm going to basically season the potato skins with the pancetta. And I always like to add herbs after things have been baked, because if you add them at the beginning, they just burn in the oven and they wilt, and all the beautiful aromas, they just sort of disappear, and you're left with woody bits.
It's like adding the lime juice after.
I think it is. There we go. Don't touch them.
Okay.
Yet.
Are you sure I can't sneak one?
No. Great, so all I'm gonna do now is turn this off. I'm gonna try and fish out the rind. There it is, and you see how it's completely soft and soggy now. I'm going to use a stick blender and just go for it. And you can see that it's pureeing and it's turning beautiful. Yes, that's perfect.
Look at that colour.
It's very pretty. I'm going to taste it for seasoning to see if it needs any extra help. It's very flavorful. I'm gonna give it just a pinch of salt, gonna give it a nice stir, and I'm gonna serve this up.
Well, I'm going to get serving as well. And now, traditionally, the tom yum actually forms part of the main course. So you'd serve a big bowl in the middle for everyone to share, and then you'd have little bowls, and you eat the prawns and the vegetables with some rice. You slurp your soup, and it all forms one.
Okay, because that's a mistake. Because in Australia, I've only ever had it served in individual bowls, and so whenever I go out to a Thai restaurant with my family, they don't want me to order the soup because you can't really share it.
That colour just makes me happy.
Oh, it's so chunky.
Yeah, you want that beautiful little sheen of oil on the top.
I'm gonna do one big bowl because why not? You can serve it as it is with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and some croutons or crostini, whichever way you want to call them. Well, in this case, we have got some pea tendrils, which seem perfect with a pea soup. And I'm just going to scatter them on top very randomly. And a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And then we've got our bacon. I'm going to put two, one for you, one for me. And then one for you, one for me, one for you. And then I'm gonna serve the potato skins on the side, and you can have them as a snack, or you can just pop them inside the soup.
Oh, I love that. I love this potato skin idea. I'm just gonna do one final little sprinkling of coriander around here.
I'm wondering if we should taste this one first though, because it's a bit more delicate.
You are so right. We should definitely do that because this chili is... I made it nice, authentically hot, just for you.
Good. Go in and tell me what you can taste.
That is so comforting and delicious. Adding the peas right at the end keeps them so fresh.
Yes, and it also keeps the green really vibrant, which, look, it's not everything about the way it looks, but why not?
Pancetta is so good. Potatoes are amazing.
So crunchy.
So good. Are you ready to
glad.
Are you ready to get spicy?
Always ready to get spicy, my friend. Oh, I can taste the lime, the fish sauce, the galangal.
You know, essence of Thai food is when you take all these big flavors that seem like they shouldn't go together, and then they all come together and they're just beautifully sort of, you know, harmoniously just singing along together.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm having more of this. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Now I just need a couch. I need a couch and some Netflix maybe. We could watch a movie. Should we watch a movie?
Blankie.
A blankie.
Movie.
You get the wine.
Soup and wine.